John's entire service. One of the pioneering women in Canadian politics has died. Flora MacDonald served as a senior cabinet member in community service federal government and made a run for the party's leadership. She died in Ottawa this morning. She was 89. The CBC's Natasha Pata has more on her political career.
In 1959, she was serving as a secretary for then Prime Minister John Diefenbaker, and then by the end of her career, she had been a minister in several different portfolios, had run for the leadership of the Progressive Conservative Party in 1956, the first woman to ever do so. She was running against Joe Clark. Of course, she lost, and Joe Clark went on to become the Prime Minister. But he then made her a minister in some very high key roles, like external affairs and employment and immigration. He was the one that confirmed the story for her earlier today through Twitter. This was a tweet he shared, sort of showing his affection, saying, "I mourn the passing of Flora MacDonald, whose compassion, leadership, and example changed lives across our country and around the world." Certainly, she's done a lot of work here in Canada and right across, and people in Ottawa are mourning that loss today.
CBC's Natasha Pata in Toronto. Police in New Zealand say the body of an unidentified man has been found in the area where two young Canadian tourists disappeared July 6th. A police detective in Queenstown, where Etienne Lemieux and Louis-Vincent Lessard were last seen, confirms helicopters found a body overnight in the Fiordland National Park. It appears the man was swept away by an avalanche. Turkish security forces say warplanes have carried out a second wave of airstrikes against Kurdish separatist camps over the border in northern Iraq. 4 F-16 fighter jets were deployed from the Diyarbakir air base to attack areas that were hit on Friday as well. The European Union and NATO have urged Turkey not to give up on the stalled peace process with the Kurdish minority, while at the same time expressing support for their fight against terrorism. Jens Stoltenberg is the NATO Secretary General.
Self-defense has to be proportionate, and we also urge and hope that it's possible to re-establish a peace dialogue, because the government of Turkey has shown great courage in trying to find also a peaceful solution to the challenges and the difficulties they are facing in Turkey.
Turkey has called a special meeting of NATO ambassadors to discuss military operations against ISIS and the PKK Kurdish separatists. The sessions to take place in Brussels on Tuesday. U.S. President Barack Obama closed his historic visit to Kenya with a public speech calling on the country to root out corruption and treat women and minorities as equal citizens. Anjali Nayar reports from Nairobi.
In a closing speech to the public at one of the country's major stadiums, President Obama showed tough love for Kenya, his father's homeland. Obama praised how far Kenya has come since his first visit as a young man. It's now a hotbed of innovation, business, and opportunity. But he came down hard on what he called tough choices the country has to make for progress. Obama confronted thorny issues of corruption, gay rights, and tribalism that have torn the country apart.
I want to be very clear here. A politics that's based solely on tribe and ethnicity is a politics that's doomed to tear a country apart.
Obama called to Kenya's young people to seize the moment at this crossroads. Next up for the president is Ethiopia, where he'll be the first American president to address the African Union. Anjali Nayar, CBC News, Nairobi.
And competition has wrapped up at the Pan Am Games in Toronto. Canada finished with a total of 217 medals. 78 of those are gold. The Americans finished on top with 265 medals in all, including 103 gold, and Brazil a distant third with 141 medals. It's been a highly successful Pan Am Games, spawning talk of perhaps trying to bring the 2024 Olympics to Toronto. Of course, there are still the Para Pan Am Games to take in, which start in a couple of weeks, and CBC will be covering that portion of the Pan Am Games as well. And we can't forget about
tickets.
the ceremony.
Tickets, check. Gear money, check. Melon helmet, ready to rock. But did you plan for...
Pan Am. Now that is CBC News.